says, pour tout ancêtre nous yo, barre yo, pour tout maman nous yo, barre yo. So you might say, okay, so when I say, pour tout ancêtre nous yo, you guys say, barre yo. I'm listening to you guys, barre yo. Man, I make white people sing it, so you guys can do it. In action. Okay, so it's barre yo. That's it. Let's do it. Tous ancêtres nous yo. In the name of our ancestors, block them. In the name of our mothers, tie them up. Take your kids and get them ready.
I always love visiting Miami. Miami's a vibe. It's a party city. There's always something going on. Always boat weather. The people are festive. From my experience, it's always been just an upbeat city.
Next 15, we're going to Overtown, Little Haiti.
So yeah, the Miami I just described is the Miami you may have seen yourself, you may have seen on TV. There's other cities in Miami that aren't like that. You know, and one of those cities is Overtown. That's where we wanted to go. Now, Overtown is the second oldest city in Miami. It's a lot of history there. It used to be called Color Town. You know, it's a black city. You know, and from what we were told by locals, it's not the safest place to be. You know, but that's where we want to be. We want to be where our people's at. We want to be where our community needs the most help.
After segregation ended, this area got desolate, like most black areas. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times people talk about Black Wall Street, but Black Wall Street was burned down and was rebuilt. What really killed it was when segregation ended and black people stopped supporting the businesses in the community. We had something similar over here. They developed a couple freeways, they displaced a lot of people, and they kind of changed the whole way that this area is. But if you look, like as we're standing here, you can see downtown Miami. You know what I mean? You can see this is really a beautiful area and it's really positioned very strategically and it's still predominantly black. It's just economically destroyed.
They use infrastructure to destroy Overtown. But like prior to that happening, you know, this was the place where Billie Holiday, Josephine Baker, like the who's who of black people, this is where we stayed at, this is where we partied at, and it was like a very live, vibrant area.
How big is Overtown?
Starting at approximately 17th, all the way down here to maybe 2nd. But they started development. The Wynwood area was basically Overtown.
Yeah.
Now they coming in.
They renamed it?
They renamed it.
Oh, wow.
They called it Wynwood.
Wynwood is nice too.
Yeah, Wynwood.
I fuck with Wynwood too.
Yeah, but you know, it's still kind of bad though, because when I built a gym over there, and I realized when we started putting everything together, and we'd be there late at night, mad homeless. They all come out. They were sleeping at my door. You understand? Yeah. Shelters. There's too many people. If they don't get into the shelters by a certain time, they're all out the street. It's a lot of them.
Design district is considered Overtown.
Yeah. All the
Prada, all the Louis Vuitton, that was all Overtown. See what they did to that.
Carved it up. These areas where we at.
It's interesting now because for years that area was just desolate. There was nothing going on. Now, a lot of the art district is kind of like in that area where it's actually taking and consuming parts of what is Overtown, and they're renaming it. For those who may have heard of Art Basel and a lot of the Art Basel events, that is essentially Overtown, and they're switching some of that to what they're calling Wynwood.
Yeah, like you could take an area that's predominantly black, put some names on it, put some different type of businesses over there. Now people look at it totally different. Rebrand.
I mean, sometimes you actually need to do that. You understand me? Because that same energy be there from the people that operate in that type of mode. But then it shows you what's possible in one area when people spend money and put economic resources, they beautify it, they change the name, the energy changes, the feeling changes, the investment in those community changes. So that's what we need to do. They already show you success blueprints. Go to the same neighborhoods, you understand me? Rebrand them, re-beautify them, invest in them, and gentrify our situation. And it's just us pulling our own resources to say, actually, we admire what y'all did. The only difference is we don't own it. Now we get to own it.
There's no reason for us to get like buildings like this, painted fly, do what they're doing in Woodwood.
The Oasis effect, man. Go from a desert to an oasis.
So we got to talk to some of the locals from the community and really get the history of historic Overtown and why people love it and how they're trying to come in and change it. And it's one of those cities where I believe it's important for us to maintain our history, maintain our presence.
I think the fact that y'all coming out with cameras and documenting different communities, black communities, is outstanding because it shows that we have one commonality, and that's no matter where we are, we're suppressed. And it's time to stop being suppressed. Like, we are too intelligent, we are too smart. We passed those days of being on our knees. It's now time to stand and stand strong. So if brothers are standing strong and firm, then that's what time it is. That's what it is. Because we are capable. We can't build power off of their mainframe. I'm gonna say it again. We can't build power off of their mainframe. We gotta build our own what?
Destroy and rebuild it.
Gotta do what, God?
Destroy and rebuild it.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's 5%.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You gotta build and destroy.
Yes, sir.
Right? That's what it is.
All right, so yo, we have a mission, we have a spiritual assignment. I know I do. What we're doing collectively, we're reprogramming the psyche of our people. One of the OGs said earlier,
Ain't nobody gonna give us nothing. We all
we got and we all we need. And that's a fact. And we're gonna show our people that, you know what I mean? When we walk up and walk in these different establishments, they be kind of shook, but they shouldn't be. But that's what they're used to, you know what I'm saying? Help is here, and we're here for it, all right? Next location, baby.
So the next city that we went to visit in Miami is Little Haiti. Little Haiti has so much culture. One of the main things we love about Little Haiti is the food. So we had to stop by Clive's Cafe to get some Caribbean cuisine.
It's that managed soup.
Special, bro. Then I got the snapper sandwich with the fries. Yeah, this ain't gonna be around too long.
Hey, so what we got here, man? We got them conch fritters. What y'all know about it?
I'm like a patty connoisseur. So I ate patties all around the world. Jamaica, fucking all throughout the Caribbean, LA.
We met the big homie, King B. We all got to sit, relax, eat, and kind of strategize what the next play was going to be.
Nah, it's Little Haiti stretches from far east is Biscayne, and far as west of 7th Ave, from 54th Street to like 79th.
To my knowledge, what they're doing in this area is they buying it up, changing the name to soften the look. It's not Little Haiti anymore. Really? It's gonna be called Little River. I think we may come across that sign.
Little River.
Little River.
Brandon, man.
We recently won the rights to keep the name, but they section it off in like certain areas, Buena Vista, Little River. They doing that so when investors trying to come in, it's not like, oh, we in Little Haiti, but legally the naming rights have remained because we fought for that shit, meetings and all that. So if you go, they just rehatch the zone in which it is.
Who's pushing that agenda? Is it the city?
I mean, the new developers.
The new developers, huh?
New developers, Magic City developers.
Yeah, I saw that sign too.
Yeah, it's a couple different groups. They were putting 22 liquor licenses in a 7-block radius out there and repurposing the residential shit as commercial, switching the laws so that they can squeeze. That's supposed to be the entertainment district like with Wynwood, Northeast 2nd Avenue. 2nd Avenue specifically because that's the corridor that leads directly from the Zion District, and it's naturally the next targeted area as they move up. And all that shit for auction right now. You go on the fucking line. I had a dude that's from the hood. He heavily engaged. His name Captain Haiti. He created a coin. He created a whole program to try to get people to, buy into the idea of acquiring, to be a counter acquirer to the developers coming in. But with the Haitian community and the language barrier and getting people to really understand the fucking importance of this shit, it's an uphill battle. You get what I'm saying?
He had found an article.
Essentially, this area sits like 13 feet above sea level. So all that beachfront property that people really loved, essentially, it's going to be subject to, as the sea levels rise, that coast pushes in, all that property is no good no more. So this is like the highest hotspot now. So they're really trying to buy this and push everybody out.
Yeah, they know what this area is going to be.
Right. Damn.
Yeah. Haiti and the Haitian people, very special to me because I'm a student of war and I'm a student of history.
This wall is just significant so people can know they're here in front of the Haitian flag, which reads, La Union fait la force, unity is power.
You know, you have Jean-Jacques Dessalines, you have Bookman, who was a Jamaican, but he was a Muslim that carried the Quran and really inspired the revolution through the Quran. But you have Toussaint and Louverture. And what you had was all of these slaves who were really fearless, and they were able to actually come out of that and establish their independence, and were the first ones to do that, really the only ones to do that.
Even after you win your freedom and you fight for your freedom, you got to have economic independence. You understand me? So Haiti is like the first lesson, but then the other lesson in that is if they had economic independence and resources and they were able to do business with Africa, you understand me? And Africa looked out for Haiti with those resources, then it would be the Mecca of the world, because it's already a story of black independence, but it's not a celebration because we know how they was robbed. We know how they paid for their own independence with their oppression at this moment.
They barely paid it off like within the past 20 years.
Yeah.
When you go there, no hospitals, no roads, no electricity.
And a lot of what you see, even that goes on now in Haiti, is because they were forced to pay reparations to the French. There's been all type of different tricks that have went on within the political system of them trying to work with other countries. It's kept them from having the funds needed to create the kind of economic development that an independent nation needs.
The United States bought the debt from France.
Yeah.
So Haiti was paying us, well, America. So America is very complicit in this, you know what I'm saying? They're so ungrateful. Had Haiti not smashed Napoleon's face in, the Louisiana Purchase would have never happened.
No,
and this would be America would be
carved
a
up.
couple spots on the East Coast. This would have been France, Spain, everything else.
The Louisiana Purchase actually occurred because France damn near bankrupted themselves trying to fight the Haitians, what should have been an easy defeat for them. France, after going and sending multiple battalions to fight the Haitians, lost so much money in that war. They sold most of the middle of America for 14 cents an acre just to try to recover.
So it was really revolutionary because it allowed America, who was divided north and south, to get the whole middle part. That was owned by the French, who were the world superpower at the time. So that Haitian war basically flipped France out of position of being a superpower, allowed America to become the superpower, but created the Haitian independence, but also made Haiti hated by all of the Europeans because they knew what they did and they never forgave it. Remember, Napoleon at the time was the most dominant warrior, or at least the most dominant military in the world. So for a group of Africans, black African ex-slaves, to go and whoop that military just showed the signs of who we were.
Most warriors, gangster soldiers in different hoods across the planet Earth, the only history that they know for the most part is like slavery. They don't know about, Hannibal Barca or what happened with Toussaint. Because if they had that story, then they would have another narrative of not just utilizing our own military might against each other, but actually utilizing it for freedom. So they couldn't allow that to be a story because it counteracts the story of white supremacy. Whether it's gonna be the Britain or French or white Americans, somebody white has to be in power. So collectively, they said that even though we may be enemies, it can never have a story that unites black people across the planet Earth. So that's the greatest spiritual warfare. And that's why it's important for us to control our narrative, control our media, because then we control the minds of what the people think, and whatever in the mind they create. That's just reality.
In a lot of our cities, our people don't have a voice. We rely on politicians and city council to speak for us. But when you have somebody who's actually from the city, entrenched in the streets, speaking on behalf of the people, it makes a huge difference. And it gives us a better understanding on how we can better serve from our capacity. And it's important when you go to these cities, you link up with, not only a native of the community, but a leader of the community. Somebody who really has a love and passion for where they're from. King B gave us a history everybody wouldn't give us. He gave us the real of what's going on in the city. And you can just see the genuine love he has for the city, but also the people in the city.
This the Woo store. That's where people come get they spiritual shit. Boss. Check out Fed Boss. Oui. This the man of the spot. Spiritual blessings and healings through this king right here. On t'y réclame pour shop là.
What spot we in?
We in Little Haiti. We at the Botanical. People want to come get their spirituality on, get a blessing, some beads, some sage. That's where we at.
This is an important strip, huh?
Yeah. This strip is going to be like the entertainment district. Anything commercial on this strip is gold. Owning something commercial on this block is really putting your flag down, saying we're going to get a piece of this action y'all bringing to this place. They made this a villain theater. That's when I know this shit about to turn around. It's a improv acting spot.
Is it active right now? Somebody owns it?
Yeah, somebody. But the people who own the building, they're not selling.
They're not selling, yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're not from the community or nothing? No, they're not. We don't see it too.
But you see all of the businesses from the churches, all of these businesses are Haitian. And it's like all of them.
And most of them are leasing us.
Most of them are leasing. So the people could put them out at any minute, you feel me? The people could tell them you gotta go. Any second. It's a restaurant. Yeah. The dude who got it was trying to do some things to turn it around, but Captain Haiti, check it out.
Bro,
no, that's all love, man. Pull up. I had already spoke to them about you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I told them about what you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
You want to tell them some stuff about Little Haiti and the gentrification going on, and what you got going on?
I'm the founder of the Keep It Haitian Vendors Association. We have 33 local businesses part of the association, and we are doing whatever we can so we can find partners with us to own equity in the development of Little Haiti.
Yeah.
What we are for economic development and equity into that economic development, right? So we are leveraging our culture, our history, while leveraging our demography in South Florida. Haitians represent $4.7 billion annually here in South Florida. That means all corporations that Haitians are supporting all year long since we've been here, they're supposed to be contributing for Haitians to be able to buy them properties and auction. So once we address these corporations in Florida, hey, what's up, Publix, right? Once we're, what's up, CVS? Once we address these corporations, they have to pay taxes on the profit that are generated with the $4.7 billion of buying power of Haitians.
Yeah.
So instead of paying them taxes to Uncle Sam, give it to the Captain Haiti Foundation that will spend it with the tenant to own equity in these buildings.
Yeah.
So our approach to any developers here, owners, etc., and hopefully you guys, is allow us to partner us with you and raise the money necessary to help you win the bid. What's happening is there's a fight between the developer and the owner of the properties. Now the developer bought the debt, and now he's suing the owner of the property. He wants his money now. Now since COVID, etc., the guy was too stretched. No, he has no cash flow. Well, that's why these buildings are going in auction.
Another place that we visited was Carol City. Shout out to my brother Duke. He was the one who actually took us through Carol City.
You know, what we're on, bro, you know, it's not an overnight thing. This is something that we are committed to. This is going to be decades to reverse what we've done to us. But, you know, we want to little by little see what neighborhoods are still predominantly black to try to own as much as we can. And one of us may not have the power to buy everything. But if we come together, these brothers are all from different, you know, backgrounds, entrepreneurs in their own fields. And this is one thing we have in common is just we want to see our people live better. You know what I'm saying? And to control that, we gotta have ownership. So, brother recommended you. It was an honor to come down and see this. Yeah, bro.
I'm out here fighting by myself.
Man,
I swear.
Man, bro, you got an army, man. It's only gonna get bigger. Imagine everyone who's in here owning a piece of this property. You know, it will feel different. The energy will be different, and that's possible. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna take unity.
All right, we've had politicians here. Several of them, you know, voting things. But in reality, my heart ain't in that. Because I know our real agenda is not being discussed. You know, like Dr. Boyce Watkins said, if you ain't talking reparations, you ain't getting our vote. We don't want to talk no more of this foolishness no more. Because if we think about it, every community, they ain't asking, they demand. And we've even seen people who came here since we've been here in the last 30 years. They've came to Miami and demanded a place, a part of Miami to be there. Doral, Sweetwater, Hialeah, we could go on and on, you know what I'm saying? It's something we need to catch on to, you know what I'm saying? But we definitely need to do what we need to do. We claiming we the Hebrews, we the original, we this, we that, let's start acting like it.
The reason those groups are able to be effective is because they moving as a group. A lot of times we so fragmented, and even those of us, if we make a demand, you know, it's like a threat. It's like, I'm gonna shoot you. Nigga, I know you ain't got a gun, so your threat meant nothing to me. So with us in our community, it's like we making demands, but we don't have the unity, which is the real piece that allows these other communities to know that the threat is real. See, these other dudes, when they come in, the pieces that you're speaking of, those different groups, they're able to claim territories because they controlling the vote, they holding it, like, well, we ain't moving shit unless we decide it. We not fragmented on that. We as a group of people
They may argue behind closed doors,
yeah, definitely.
but when it comes to the united front, they're gonna show
front.
that. Now that concept, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, all that's African. Yes, sir. Community economics, or ESU, or SUSU, whatever you want to call it. This all is African. We just need to come back home. Facts. You know what I'm saying? We just need to come on back home and just put it to work, make it natural.
Look at the mission that we're on. You're going to war. Even if it's not a physical war, it's an economic war. You're going to war with a mindset that deprives our communities. You're going to war with other communities that want to take the resources out of our communities. So you don't do that without a mindset like Jean-Jacques was Dessalines, where you're ready to risk it all. You're willing to risk it all. You don't do that without a mindset like Toussaint, Louverture. These were powerful men who were successful. I think it ties right into us doing the economic development piece because business is war. And in order for you to be successful in business, you have to have strategies and tactics that will allow you to overcome those who are competing for that same piece of land, who want what you have or who want to take what you're going after.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, unity is power, you know, and we're coming together. You're just a revolutionary idea, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That not everybody can do though, you know what I'm saying? To be able to go to every hood.
Everybody can't do that.
Everybody can't do that, you know what I'm saying? So we're assembling like a Black Avengers to go do that. People that are respected.
You gotta say that on camera, for real. You gotta say that.
You gotta lead that play in. I'm just saying, because we can always cut it and all of that and set it up. You know, unity is power.